It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
And one of the epic nights in the NBA, we welcome you to the All-Star game on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the West All-Stars up against the East All-Stars. Up and down both of these rosters, it's just loaded with talent. It's going to be an interesting All-Star game this year, and if it's anything like what we've seen in the last couple of years, we'll be in for a few surprises as well. And if you want to see what dominance in the paint looks like, you'll see it tonight with DeMarcus Cousins in action. Shaq, how good is he at that center position?
Well, one of the few players who can put up 25 and 12 on a consistent basis. He's got speed, he's got the footwork.
And the feet work, too.
Yeah, feet works pretty good. Got the strength to get it done every night.
Jet.
You just got to change up his mentals, Ernie.
Well, there aren't many other players who can fill up a box score with the ease that Cousins does. You know, every single night. You know, he's a true giant in the post. He's a load to guard. And defensively, he's still a force.
And a double machine. Game's just about ready to start. Time to send it to Kevin Harlan with the call.
At the starting group for the East All-Stars. Jimmy Butler is out there with Antetokounmpo, and it's DeRozan, and it's Kyrie Irving, and it's LeBron, and it's the center.
All he needed right there was simply to set himself up and then relax and shoot the ball. He threw himself off balance for no reason. He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Harden. Softly drops in the floater.
Such a field shot there, the floater.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I talked for a few minutes. If the coach had any butterflies in his stomach about coaching the All-Stars, he didn't let on. He said this game's for the fans. Even though he'll be giving direction to some of the best players in the league, his only coaching advice really is to go out and have fun. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Here's Irving, following the basket by Stephen Curry. LeBron outside. Back to Irving from 12 feet out. The shot misses. Curry with the defensive effort. Right side, Westbrook. Shot off the screen. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Back to LeBron. And the rejection by Leonard. The East All-Stars shoot their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. First one falls for. Free throws good for LeBron. On defense, the East All-Stars. Harden sets the pick for Westbrook. Pass to Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
1:14 left to play in the first. Irving passes to DeRozan. He dishes it to James. Good D by Westbrook.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Harden dishes to Davis. The pass to Westbrook. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
Yeah, perfect release.
Antetokounmpo kicks to LeBron. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And at 6'11" with the wingspan of a condor, I mean, Antetokounmpo has unreal passing instincts. He sees the floor exceptionally well for a guy of his size.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. West All-Stars out in front. They lead by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Out the second quarter, getting ready to start up. Looking here, guys, at what we've seen so far from the West All-Stars. What do you think?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the East All-Stars, Lowry out there with Wall. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then it's Paul George. And it's Anthony in at the foursome. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kawhi Leonard is a low-key superstar. He doesn't have 5 words to say to anybody. He said recently, "I'm not one of the guys in it for the fame. I'm here so I can take care of my family, take care of myself. I love the game of basketball, and as long as I can keep playing and try to get some more championships with the organization, I'll be happy." And that makes him a perfect fit with this franchise, Kevin.
All about the game, D.A. Thanks. Here's George. There's the feed to Carmelo. Back to George. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
I like the intensity that George plays with down inside. It's really what earns him a lot of these calls.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the West All-Stars?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Free throw good from George.
Man, I like the competitive spirit of George. It's one of the reasons that he's so special as a player. He's overcome a bunch of adversity, which I think has fortified him as a leader on his team and also one of the best two-way players in the game.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Screen by Cousins. For 3, Westbrook. East grabs the miss. Outside, Wall. Down low. Here's Anthony. Can't tie it up as that one misses. We've got 1
he had earlier.
The game now all time. Lowry's got his first bucket in this one.
And you know what? When Paul George sees an open teammate, he doesn't hesitate. I mean, he quickly gets the ball out of his hands. It doesn't stick with him.
That one good for two.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Anthony, the pass to Wall. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Wall.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Westbrook. Good work defensively by Lowry. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. From outside off the mark.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
Here's Westbrook. Hits the Cousins. And so he owns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Chris.
It's his first trip to the line.
Number 2.
Gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Green. Leonard comes in for Gordon Hayward. James Harden, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And Curry subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And Cousins drops them both. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Walker kicks to Honda Tacumba. Dish now to Thomas. This one for three. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. To the paint. 2 seconds left. And Cousins throws it down.
Oh, why, thank you very much.
He can really fly. And you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too. And you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounce ability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. West All-Stars lead by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. It's been a tight matchup so far at Smoothie King Center. And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Well, Wall had a great quarter. He has 8 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Russell Westbrook out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Harden, and it's Curry in at the point. It's the try for the West All-Stars right now.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
For Irving dishes to Antetokounmpo. Shoots. That shot is off. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. DeRozan passes to LeBron. He feeds it to Antetokounmpo. DeRozan against Harden. It's good.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting them touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
Inside. He's again. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. So for the West, Marc Gasol's checked in for Westbrook. Hayward comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Klay Thompson in for James Harden. And then for the East All-Stars, Paul Millsap is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, while George comes in for Butler. And John Wall subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Here are the East All-Stars. They trail by 1. There's a screen. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And it's 6 points for LeBron. Curry kicks to Davis. Gasol's in the post. Working on James. Hits the jumper. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Wall is screen on Gasol. LeBron dishes the Wall. A step back shot here. The West All-Stars pull it in. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Curry passes to Gasol. LeBron grabs the miss. Outside Irving for the 3. Sinks the triple. Irving's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
For 3, Millsap doesn't go that time. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
West All-Stars shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Jordan, he's checked in for the West. Green comes in for Anthony Davis. The East also changing it up. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Millsap. Walker comes in for John Wall. And Thomas subbed in for Irving. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Now here's Thomas. Thomas outside, and that's not going to go. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. West All-Stars out in front. They're up by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. The 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Here's the East. They trail by 3 on the court for the East All-Stars. They've got Jimmy Butler. LeBron James is out there with Antetokounmpo. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. Harden's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. James. And the tip by LeBron.
Fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
And Walker kicks to LeBron. Down low, here's Butler. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists now in this one. Harden dishes to Westbrook. Stolen by Walker. Latrey buries it from 3-point range. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers with the hustle stats for the East All-Stars.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Subbed in for Russell Westbrook. The East also changing it up. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Kemba Walker. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does. And that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
Irving against Curry. Feeds it to Leonard. 2 points. And go. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Free throw, no good. Outside DeRozan. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it, that's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
From deep Harden. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's foul number 2 for him. Gone 2 for 5 tonight. Curry against Irving. 56 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Doesn't go that time. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it. Curry passes to Harden. Out to the wing. Cousins, no one around him. No good on the 3. And here are the East All-Stars now. As to Irving. From downtown. That doesn't go in either for Irving. And it's the West All-Stars ball. 5 seconds. Separating the shot and game clocks.
I tell you what, Steph Curry, somebody lit a fire under here.
Timeout call, East All-Stars. They're trailing by 3. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the 4th. What's your take, guys?
And you know what? You got a couple options here. You can take the 3 to tie it or get the quick 2 and then a 5.
And, you know, if it opens up for them inside, the quick 2
wide open look for Irving. Another miss by Irving. And so here are the West All-Stars. 3-point lead. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Had to foul on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Timeout called, East All-Stars. They're trailing by 4. 15 seconds left in the game. The inbound pass. Another miss by Irving. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Shooting for West All-Stars, James Harden. Taking 2 shots.
It's the first. That puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Timeout called, East All-Stars. They trail by 6. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. LeBron kicks to Antetokounmpo. Beyond the arc. Another miss by Irving. So it's the West All-Stars picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it mattered most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Important, nice win for you guys tonight. What was the difference?
Energy. I think we play with a lot of energy in matches, especially defensively. You know, when we're all doing our job and we're playing and we're focused and we're solid defensively and not really have lapses, we can be a pretty good team. And we don't have to walk the ball up the court and we're trying to difficult on our offense. So it all starts defensively, and I think it all starts with the energy.
Become one of the best young defensive teams in the league. Thanks very much. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry. Let's get your opinion, Kenny.
What more can you say about Steph Curry? The man has done it again tonight. He is the most electrifying shooter in the history of the game. I'm going to say it right now. In the history of the game. He is a leader, and his will to win is unparalleled.
He loves playing in front of his home crowd. He looked like he was having a blast out there. And he gave them a lot to cheer about. Whether he was scoring or doing something else, he was involved in so many big plays.
And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. See you again soon.